Sees his first pitch from Stravinsky and a tie it inside for ball one. Hester's 1 for 5, an RBI single, 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a ground out. This is 1-0. Line away, 2-0. If he keeps the inning going, Schmidt tried to catch Dylan Hester asleep there. First. 0-2 the count. Stravinsky a pitch away. Rapid City. Go ahead, winning run. 1-0. Inside, 2-0 now to Hegre. Ryan Schmidt, the catcher's on deck. Second, the only run that matters is the one on second. That's going to bring up Ryan Schmidt. Schmidt had a 2 is on deck if necessary. Schmidt trying to end it right here. Base hit most likely will end the ballgame. There's a big gap between center and right. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed on a breaking ball. 0-2. Schmidt saw that one coming. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And Lewis deals the 0-2. It's low. All on 2 strikes.
That scoots past him. Both runners advance to the scoring position. Count is 1-2. Runners at first and second, 1 down.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Schmidt. The winning run on second. Alex Weaver. Behind him, Matt Hegre on first. And the 1-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3 on a breaking ball. That's the 3rd strikeout for Caleb Lewis. That is his 2nd out registered in this inning. Carter Deming is now the one tasked with trying to bring Alex Weaver home. How crucial is that Todd Stevens pickoff now? And Lewis throws to first. It's not in time.
Weaver at second. He represents the winning run. Hegre at first. They intentionally walked him earlier on in the inning.
Weaver on second, he's the winning run. Carter Deming's in the batter's box, he has yet to see a pitch. Lewis looks around the base path. First pitch to Deming. Swung on, ball's hit to third. And it's right through the legs of the third baseman. And going home is Weaver. And the throw home is not in time. It's over his head. And the Hardhats walk it off in the bottom of the 12th. Carter Deming right through the 5-hole of Caden Race, and Alex Weaver beat the throw that bounced over the head of Guernsey. And the Hardhats came back from down 4-0 and took the win 5-4 on opening night. Wow.
Was it a base hit?
Carter Deming
Hit right through shortstop.
with the hit.
Baseman bounced off his glove.
Whether that's going to be charged an error through the legs of Race, or if they're going to give him the hit, they don't know. We'll find that out while we go to commercial. A crazy finish for the Hardhats. A couple of times they faced jeopardy. A runner in scoring position in the top of the 9th. A runner 90 feet from giving Gillette a go-ahead run in the top of the 10th. A runner in scoring position in the top of the 11th. And they staved off the Gillette Rough Riders and in dramatic fashion have taken the win. 5-4 on a walk-off on opening night. Well, folks, we're going to take a breather. I think we all need one at this point. When we come back, we'll recap the game that was and set the table for the weekend in Cheyenne for your Post 22 Hardhats. We'll be right back in just a few moments. You're on the official radio home of Post 22 Hardhats Baseball, ESPN Radio Rapid City. It's streamed live on the internet at post22baseball.com via Hardhats-TV. Post 22 Hardhats baseball here on ESPN Radio. Rapid City is presented by Courtesy Subaru, Shields, Qdoba Mexican Eats, Renewal by Anderson, Sicky's Garage Burgers and Brews, Mustang Disaster Cleanup, and the Man Salon. What a heck of a night this was for Post 22. Opening night, you're down 4-0, and then all of a sudden you claw right back, and there's the win in dramatic fashion. Walk off in the bottom of the 12th. They are 1-0 to start off the year, have successfully defended home field with a 5-4 win. Numbers across the board for the Gillette Rough Riders in Post 42. It was 4 runs on 11 hits with 4 errors in the field. More on the errors here in a bit. And for Post 22, it was 5 runs on 5 hits with 5 errors as well on defense. That final play, Carter Deming to third, right through the legs of Caden Race. They are calling that E5 on the play. That ended up going charged against Caden Race. It was a ball that was hit by Carter Deming right through his 5-hole and trickled into left field. Alex Weaver got the go signal to go home, and that was it. We start off this game, the Hardhats had a running trend in the first 3 innings where they would retire the first batter, and then the second batter would reach and then eventually come around to score. First 3 innings, the Hardhats were down 3-0 simply because of that, with Hayden Silty, the starting pitcher, getting hit by a pitch, came around to score the game's first run. Then it was Tanner Richards, the center fielder, when he was still in the game. He singled in the top of the second, came around to score. And then in the 3rd inning, it was Caleb Driscoll who doubled. He got knocked in on a weird play. And then ultimately, 3-0, Gillette starts off with a huge lead. But then the Hardhats started to show some consistency. At one point, it was 4-0 in the 5th. And then the Hardhats finally got their first hit of the ball game. It came from Alex Weaver. Bottom of the 5th, a leadoff single, followed by Matt Hegre's single. Both of those gentlemen were knocked in on a 2-run RBI double by Ryan Schmidt in the bottom of the 5th. All of a sudden, the Hardhats are on the board, and the advantage is cut 4-2. Hardhats keep battling back in the 6th inning. They can't really get much going on offense. Strand a runner in scoring position. In the 7th, they go 1-2-3. So now you're thinking you've got 6 offensive outs left. How are they going to pull this off? Well, in the 8th inning, Carter Deming leads off the inning by getting hit by a pitch. And after Connor King strikes out, Cooper Bowman comes through with an RBI double. And then he gets knocked in after he stole a base. And then an error allowed him to come in. And so that tied the game up at 4. We go to the 9th. The Hardhats have a chance to win. The go-ahead run, the winning run for the Hardhats is on first. It's Matt Hegre, Scott Steeler. So now we have to go to extra innings. We go to the 10th. Gillette has a man on third. Mason Powell singled, advanced to second on a fielder's choice. A wild pitch sent him to third. 90 feet away from giving Gillette the go-ahead run. And Drew Messer comes up with his 5th of 6 strikeouts in clutch fashion. And so we go to the bottom half of the 10th. The Hardhats can't get anything going in the bottom of the 10th. They go down 1-2-3. So now we need 11 innings. Once again, Gillette has a man in scoring position. It's Zach Brown, the shortstop. An error allows him to go to second on an errant pickoff, but then he's stranded there. Tad Stravinsky came in relief for Drew Messer. He ended up striking out his next batter. Got a fly out to end the top of the 11th. We go to the bottom half of the 11th. In the bottom half of the 11th, the Hardhats again go 1-2-3 on what seemed to be almost 7 pitches. Now to 12 innings. And now you're thinking, how long is this game going to go? Who is going to be the one to crack? And sure enough, it comes down to Gillette once more, gets the lead runner on. They're retired. We get to the bottom of the 12th. Jack Sorensen draws a leadoff 4-pitch walk. And so all of a sudden, the go-ahead, the winning run is on first. They replace him with Todd Stevens as a pinch runner, and Stevens gets caught stealing. Blatantly caught stealing. Alex Weaver came out there. He thought he was going to lay down a sacrifice bunt and advance Todd to second. Todd takes off too early. They catch him right in the middle of it, and that was it. And so now Todd's done. But then Alex Weaver gets on base. And then an intentional walk allows him to to take men on first and second. Weaver ended up reaching second on an error by the outfielder. That was a huge error because Gillette came into this 12th inning with 2 errors on the board. He gets to second. Heggery gets intentionally walked to force the double play with 1 out. Ryan Schmidt, who had an RBI double earlier in the game, comes up and he strikes out. Then it's Carter Deming, tasked with getting the win, and he got the win. Most unconventional of fashions. He hit a ball right through the 5-hole of third baseman Caden Race. Alex Weaver took the cue to go home. The throw came in, it bounced over the head of Nate Gertzy, the catcher, and that was it. Alex Weaver touched home, the Hardhats stormed him at home plate, and they took the win 5-4 in 12 innings. A very exciting and at times borderline gut-wrenching start to the season, but good to see that the Hardhats were able to hang on through adversity and get the big win. So they start off 1-0 and do so in 12 innings on home field. So what does this now mean for the Hardhats? That means that they are going to go on the bus and get ready to take on Cheyenne Post 6. We had a change to the schedule from what many of you may have seen. We had a doubleheader that was going to start at 5 p.m. in Cheyenne, but because of Cheyenne's prom being that night, they decided to move the game back to 11 a.m. So that's when the doubleheader will start. It'll be 11 a.m. and 1:30 roughly, the 2 7-inning games that they'll play against Cheyenne Post 6 on Saturday, May 5th. So while you're celebrating Cinco de Mayo, make sure to tune into us on ESPN Radio Rapid City and on Hardhats-TV. We will close out the series against Cheyenne on Sunday, May 6th, an 11:30 matchup, and then come back home to get ready for Spearfish for Tuesday night. So the Hardhats have a lot of baseball coming up, 5 games in just about 4 days. So a lot of baseball. Are going to have to take care of themselves and get ready to rock and roll when they grace the fields of Cheyenne, Wyoming. They'll take on Post 6. Again, the doubleheader starting Saturday morning at 11 a.m. and Sunday, a 1 7-inning game at 11:30 in the morning. We will have all the coverage on Hardhats-TV, on Post22Baseball.com, and then on ESPN Radio Rapid City as well, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Well, this was a nail-biter, folks, but thanks so much for joining us tonight. We will see you Saturday when the Hardhats begin their 3-game series against Cheyenne for the weekend. For all of us with the Hardhats organization, from General Manager Wayne Sullivan to Head Coach Kelvin Torvey, all the way to ESPN Radio, Chris Algo, Ian Rambo at Algo Broadcasting, and Seth Harwood, our new director of Hardhats TV. This is Mark Vanetti saying so long, good night. We'll see you Saturday from Cheyenne.